SummerSlam is 18 days away, and we have a big card to go over, so let's get to it. First off, the match that probably could have happened a while back, but never did for whatever reason, but now we have it again. Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Now, for those who have not seen Bray Wyatt for the longest time, he has had this Firefly Funhouse, which has been incredible. Has been probably one of the better parts of Raw and SmackDown when it was on every week, to the point where we were concerned about what this actually was at the beginning. Because, of course, you saw because there was speculation over it goes so far back, so it's harder to explain, but I'll try anyway. We had these vignettes of things coming out where we eventually learned were Mercy the Buzzer and Abby the Witch and other things as well. I don't think we saw Rambling Rabbit at that point, but there were things like that. We're thinking, oh, this could be a thing for Marty Scurll. This could be a thing for whoever. It could be for Wyatt. Eventually it was Wyatt, but the speculation was it could be for Marty Scurll, it could be for Bray Wyatt, it could be for an actual Sister Abigail. There were several speculations of what this could actually be, to where we had Bray Wyatt being a Pee Wee Herman, Mr. Rogers, any kind of television show that people grew up with, back in the day, a combination of all of those. There's so many that I could think of, but it is interesting how it turned out, and now we have this fiend-like character, this fiend-like persona of Bray Wyatt, to where it's basically what Bray Wyatt should have been all along. It's interesting. This mask is interesting. It's something out of fucking Beetlejuice. It's fucking incredible, and it's great. And honestly, this is technically, I guess, The Fiend's debut, so it makes sense for The Fiend to win this one and just go on a tear like he should. Next up, Kevin Owens versus the best in the world, Shane McMahon. If Kevin loses, he will quit WWE, and that will be in writing, because we've seen him quit before, and it didn't go well for him. It's very simple. Kevin wins because because I don't see him leaving anytime soon. So normally when they have these type of matches, the person that actually has stipulation on him usually wins these, because it's WWE logic. But I feel that Kevin needs this more. I mean, Shane could take a loss. Shane is just there to fill a spot, really. Speaking of filling spots, finally our final match here. The WWE Championship, as Kofi Kingston defends against Randy Orton, a match that we haven't seen in maybe 10 years, maybe a little over a decade now. The last time I remember them having an interaction was what we saw last night on SmackDown, was a replay of it. Kofi hitting that boom drop, or leg drop, whatever you want to call it, on Orton through a table in Madison Square Garden, to where we believed at that point Kofi could have been a main event star. Nothing really materialized from it, but now Kofi is a different animal. Kofi's a different type of guy. He actually has the championship. He actually has that new found confidence, and I feel that Kofi will retain. Now, of course, this match, barring what happens at Smackville this Saturday, we'll see if this match is still intact at that point. But if it does stay intact, which you probably will, I will pick Kofi to retain, because Kofi, this would be a marquee win for him. This would be a great win for him. It would make sense for him to win this match. And with that being said, SummerSlam is 18 days away, and with Smackville coming up, a lot could change, so we'll just keep it here when we can.